Hi there, everybody. Welcome to Motivation Monday. I am Maurice Williams. I am the founder of JobMorph. It's an organization that I founded dedicated to helping job seekers find their way, to find their dream jobs. And very shortly, we're going to be working on helping employers find job seekers, changing the way this thing works, because it is pretty awful. There's no doubt. Most people out there who are looking for their dream jobs or looking for candidates will share with you that the system as it is really broken. There's even been articles in the Harvard Business Review and Forbes and Wall Street Journal and lots of other places essentially saying the same thing, detailing how these bots have really become monstrous, and kept us from finding really talented people if we're looking for somebody, and kept really talented people from finding their dream job. So today, what I want to do is wish everybody a happy new year and a great 2023 ahead. And, I want to assure you of a few things. The first thing is that we'll be here in Motivation Monday, with you throughout your job search. We meet every week for 15 minutes. This is free and open to the public. So if you have friends or family that are engaged in a job search and need a little motivation each week, please feel free to share with them the link and invite them to Motivation Monday. We post this also on YouTube, and we'll send out the recording if you're not here. If you're registered, you'll see the recording, or you can just go to YouTube and watch it over there. So that's the first thing I wanted to reassure you, is that I will be here with you for this 2023 and beyond, right? And beyond, because I am committed to helping as many people as I can land their dream jobs. The second thing I want to tell you is that, this desire to find your dream job, it is kind of a long haul project. In other words, it is not something that most people are going to achieve in a week or 9 days or even a month. Most people who are professionals looking for their dream job, it takes some time to, get those interviews for those places you really want to work. Remember, organizations that you probably are targeting probably have low turnover. They probably have awesome benefits. They have a great culture to work at. So you guess what? It's going to be harder to get a interview at these places, and it's going to be harder to get a job. There's going to be more competition, right, for those jobs. So that's number one, that this is going to be a long haul project. And number two, long haul projects are different than short-term projects, not just because they're long and one is short, but because it requires a different kind of approach. If it's something that's going to be done in 30 days, you can grin and bear it and get done, and deal with it. If something's going to be done in 2 weeks, you can grin and bear it and, just kind of put all your energy into accomplishing this thing that's going to be over with in 2 weeks. But if something's going to take us 1 month, 2 months, maybe 6 months, maybe for some of you, it's taking longer than that. We find that job seekers, there's research that supports the idea that if you're pivoting careers, you're going from one industry to another or one function to another, your job search is longer. If you're over 55, your job search is longer. I mean, there's research that supports that. So what we have to kind of come to a reality with is that if this is going to be a long haul project for us, there's going to require that we stick with it week after week, month after month, maybe year after year. I don't know where you're starting and where you want to be, but I've certainly worked with people where it took them 1 year to get the offer that they wanted. Particularly like people who are seeking these internship programs or these, hiring programs that are incredibly selective. You apply, you have interview after another, you have essays to turn in, all sorts of stuff required, finalist reviews, and then making it to the semi-finalists and so on and so forth. So I've been there with people who are in these really 1 year, even 2 year long job searches. And I'll tell you some things that I've learned working on these long haul job searches and working on long haul projects in my career. I worked on projects, one of which took 7 years to accomplish, right? It was just one single project that had a 7-year time span, not because we were going slow, We were going as fast as we possibly could. It was just that kind of project that had multiple layers, required, regulatory approvals that some of them took a year to get. So I kind of have a little understanding of what it takes to sustain a long haul project. And the first thing is that you have to have real clarity in your mind about why you're doing this. You have to kind of sit down and even write out and even articulate verbally to the people around you why it is that you want to do this. And it's important for you to say it out loud, to write it down, and to keep it, they say, close by. In other words, don't put it in a journal entry that you're never going to look at again. Put it on a Post-it note and post it to your computer that you look at every day. Put it on the mirror of, in your bathroom. Put it on your refrigerator. Put it on places that you're going to be able to check in to that goal and the why you're doing this over and over again. Keep it close by. Keep your why close by. So you have to really sit down and say, why am I doing this? What am I going to get out of it? I'm going to put in all of this effort. There's going to be joy and disappointment along the way. This is a long haul project. This means that there's going to be, frustration. There's going to be angst. There's going to be sadness, right? There's going to be stress. It's a long haul. Life is going to get in the way of what you want to do. There's going to be disappointments, maybe many disappointments, plural disappointments, right? There's going to be times that you fall short in what you want to do. There's going to be times in that things outside of your control take something away from you, right? It's just what's going to happen in this long haul project. And how are you going to sustain it? Well, it's by understanding why you're doing this. What is it that's motivating you to make this change? And what do you get out of this change? And, I found being very specific, like really sitting down and trying to visualize and articulate to myself, why do I want this? Why is this so important to me? Really investing time into that crafting of the why truly paid off. Because in those moments where I was like ready to ditch it, in those moments that it was a struggle, I could remember why I wanted this. I had it kind of clearly in my mind. The second thing is that in long haul projects, you really do need a team to support you. I mean, the truth is that you just need that camaraderie. Think about long-term projects that are at work. Generally, we put a team together, a committee together, a group to work on it. It's not a solo practitioner job, right? There's accountability through the team. There's support through the team. There's ideas that you didn't think of through the team. So I'm just going to tell you something. If you really want to achieve your goal, put a team around it, just like you do at work to get something. Put a team around your own goals. Look around and find resources that work for you to support you, to keep you accountable, to keep you motivated, to learn new things, to get new ideas. Put this group around you. That's one of the strongest techniques to achieving a goal that's a long-term goal. Don't do it alone. Don't lose the game alone, right? Bring in all the players so you have a chance to win no matter what circumstances, no matter what the odds are against you. As a group, you're going to achieve this goal. So, that is keep your why close by, right? Which means articulating that why, and put a team around you is very important. The third thing is really have realistic objectives to accomplish, mini goals to accomplish in increments, right? You can't just aspire, right, to achieve a big change in your life, whether it is changing your health, whether it is changing your career trajectory, whether it is changing your finances, changing your personal life. You can't really just have that and just have it as an aspiration and then really have no mini goals to get there. You got to have these mini goals. You got to, because this is a long project, right? So what are you going to accomplish this week? What are you going to accomplish this month? What are you going to accomplish next month? The month after that, the month after that. In other words, you have to kind of break it down into mini goals that are clear so that you get from step by step. I mean, let me kind of share with you a little bit the back end of how JobMorph is organized, and it's going to help you understand that these principles are really a part of what we do. The first thing is that there's a team of us supporting each person in the JobMorph program. It's not one person, it's not just me, it's multiple people working with that individual on multiple things, whether it's interviewing, whether it's getting interviews, whether it's salary negotiation, different topics with different people so that we can work together as a team. There's accountability and mini milestones, right? So maybe with clients, the first milestone is, do we have a resume and a cover letter and a LinkedIn profile that's going to get us those interviews? Okay, next milestone, let's get those interviews. Okay, next milestone, let's be able to go from first round interview to the next round interview 80% of the time. Okay, next milestone, let's get offers. Let's work on, we're getting to the final rounds, but we're not the one being selected, not the one being offered the prize. So how do we get to the point where we're the ones selected? And really truly, you can see how milestone by milestone by milestone by milestone, we get to the finish line, right? And it keeps us focused, right? So what do we want to do first? Well, we know we got to get these resume and this cover letter, this LinkedIn profile in order. What do we want to do next? Well, we want to get interviews. What do we want to do next, right? We want to go to the next rounds. We want to move from that initial interview to the next rounds, 80% of the time, right? And then where are we landing next? Well, we want to have the offers. What do we want? We want multiple offers, right? Because how can we be sure we're going to pick our dream job unless we have multiple choices? Right? If we're just taking what's presented to us, I have something to tell you. It's highly unlikely that that's truly your dream job. I mean, really, it's not much of a choice. It's the only thing in front of you, so you're picking it. Right? So that's like the whole notion of how we operate at JobMorph. And I'm just saying to you, it's all built on these principles that we just talked about. It's all built on this idea. We got to know why we're doing this. We got to spend time thinking about what is it that we want and why do we want it? How does it change our lives? How does it change the lives of our family? How does it change how we feel about ourselves? How does it change how we feel about our future? Right? We got to think about that. And then we got to craft a plan, right, that has milestones along the way. It can't be like, I want to get from here to there, and there's no steps along the way. You got to have those steps along the way. And you got to have a team of support to help you, because there's going to be ups and there's going to be downs, and there's going to be exciting moments and there are going to be frustrations. That is the nature of any effort that's substantial in life. I mean, really, truly, organizing your finances is going to have some ups and downs. Finding your love of your life is going to have some ups and downs. Finding your dream job is going to have some ups and downs. It's just getting healthy is going to have some ups and downs, right? That is just the nature of these kinds of goals that we're setting for ourselves. And I know from my experience working for 30 years helping people that there's only one time where people really don't succeed, and it's when they give up. You have to sustain this until you achieve your goal. And you will achieve your goal so long as you commit to not giving up until you achieve that goal. It's really, quite honestly, that simple in some ways. So, I'm with you. I believe in you. And I know you can do this. Just really take to heart what I'm saying. Spend some time on that why. Make sure you have that team behind you. Build those milestones for yourselves and just don't give up. You guys have a fantastic week ahead, and I'll see you next week for Motivation Monday again. Take care, everybody.